Alright, so in the previous chapter, we've gone through quite some information. However, we want to make sure that our channel is set up correctly in order to achieve success. In this quick chapter, I'm going to go through all these steps that you need to take in order to set up your channel. If you already have that done, you could potentially skip this chapter. However, if you want to make sure it's set up correctly, I recommend you still to watch it. Alright, let's get it going. Okay, step number one when creating a channel is having a brand new Gmail. I often tell people that they should not use the same Gmail as they already have, or the same Gmail that they put in their Instagram bio, their YouTube channel description, basically anywhere public, because it's the #1 way to get hacked. Because of that, step number one, create a brand new Gmail. Make sure that you keep this one private. This is not going to be the one that we use to receive brand new emails and anything like that. So, step number one, create a new Gmail and keep it private. In order to do so, you can simply open up Google just like this. You'll simply type in create a new Gmail. You click on the link and you can go through the sign up process for a new Gmail account. Nothing crazy, just simply go through the sign up process and create your new Gmail. Once you've done that, you want to open up youtube.com. On the top right corner, you'll see your profile picture. Click on that and then click on your channel. Once you do so, you'll be able to create your channel. Now when you're doing this, you can simply put in the name as well as your channel name depending on what type of channel you want to start. You can go with a normal one as well as a brand channel. I recommend setting up your channel as a brand because this is basically what we do and it's just another way of making sure that everything is set up perfectly. Alright, so here's how you do that. Within the YouTube settings, you can simply switch from a normal account to a brand account. I'll show you right now on the screen exactly how you can do this, so simply follow the steps right here. Now once you've done that, you can get into step number two, which is picking your name. Now I know a lot of people, you'd be surprised, that don't start because they don't know a channel name or they're not sure what to do. Now let me tell you, your channel name doesn't matter a single bit. Simply choose a name, it can be anything. You can literally call your channel table or microphone. It doesn't matter, of course. Make sure that you kind of stick within your niche. So let's say that I would start a football channel. I would simply do FC and then whatever, FC ball or anything like that. I know it sounds corny, doesn't sound good. I'm just trying to make a point here. Obviously, don't pick the most stupid name you can think about, but then also don't try and like overcomplicate it and come up with like the best name or anything like that. It literally doesn't matter. It's not an income producing activity. I've had channels where my name would be very dumb. I've had channels where my name would be very optimized. The channel performance didn't change because of it. So simply choose a name within your niche that makes sense, but don't think about it too much. I'll give you 10 minutes to come up with the best name. I want you to grab a piece of paper right now, draw a circle, then in that circle, you write down the niche that you're in. If you're not in a niche, simply write down what it is that you're trying to do. Create a web of words around it that are related, and then simply pick one of those and turn it into your channel name. Next up, we've got channel art. Now please, don't play around with it yourself. This is going to cost you a lot of time. I also said that in the main program. Don't do it, there's no point. You might want to play around with Photoshop, Canva, all of that stuff. Gonna take you 4 hours. You end up with a mediocre channel art that you could have basically bought for about $5 or $10. I'll leave a link in the description down below. It's the dude that I always buy from. It's about $7 or $8, somewhere in that range. It gets you a quality banner as well as a quality logo, and it simply looks amazing. You can simply not get it done yourself anywhere near that quality, and then even the time put in, because he simply gets it done like this and you receive it within 24 hours, whereas you would need to play around with all these softwares and hope that you can get it done at that quality. So basically, once again, it is not an income producing activity, meaning that if you do that activity, you're not going to make more or less money or anything like that, which means that you should leave it to other people. Use your time wisely, simply spend $5 and get it done. I'll leave a link down below. Then next up, we have to check the uploading settings for your channel and making sure that your default description is set up the correct way. Because if you think about it, if you have to do this every single time, it's going to cost you a minute or a few seconds, which you might think that's not a lot. However, if you upload 200 times per month, you can see how that can start adding up to minutes, hours, days, weeks, years, whatever, right? It's going to cost you a lot of time. So because of that, we want to make sure that this is set up correctly. So what do you need to do? You want to make sure to go into the YouTube Studio, click on settings, and then click on upload defaults. Then you can set an upload title, which is not what we're going to do. You can set set up a upload description, which is indeed what we're going to do. You can make sure that your channel is not set for kids. Make sure that you do so, because otherwise your monetization is not going to be as good, and your videos aren't even made for kids anyway. So make sure that it's default not set for kids. And then for the tags, you want to leave them open, as there are no default tags for these kind of channels. Alright, now for the default description, all you want to do is remove friction. So every single time, if there are things that need to be repeated in your description, simply write them already so that you don't have to do it over and over again. Now these can be your channel hashtags, could be your social media profiles, could be information that's necessary to put in your description regarding the channel you have, or anything like that that keeps coming back. This saves you a lot of time, and then because of that, you can focus on what's important. On my own channels, I always set a default description, including some of the general information of the channel, including keywords. For example, let's say that you've got the e-commerce niche. I would grab all of the related searches for e-commerce using the alphabet method, which will be shown later in this program. In fact, it's going to be the next chapter, which is the most exciting one, so leave it for that. And then what you can do is put in all of the alphabet searches that show up in your default description so that you rank better. But I'll be teaching you guys that in the next chapter. For now, the main takeaway here is to set up everything for efficiency so that you don't have to do things over and over again, as well as making sure that you create a private new Gmail account that you don't share with anyone, because it's the number way to get hacked. Think about it. If I know your Gmail, I can then go to Gmail, I can try and sign in, I can click forget password, I can try and do this, can do that. A lot of different ways to get into your account. However, if I don't even know your Gmail, how can I hack it, right? So it's number one way to getting hacked. Because of that, create a new account. Don't share it publicly. So then in order to get brand deals and all that good stuff, set up brand new Gmails, but I'll also cover that later on in the program. Don't want to get too far ahead. For now, take those steps and then we can get it going.